I'm going to give you a super interesting analogy on what is metabolism. Why am I doing this video? A couple of days back, a client enrolled for our program from UK. And while talking to her during the interactions, she mentioned that my metabolism is so damaged that even if I eat very little, I actually gain weight. And the person is also having hypothyroidism, by the way. Now, this, I'm sure you would have heard a lot of people saying this. What exactly is metabolism? How can you improve metabolism? What are the things which is required to generate and increase metabolism so that diseases such as thyroid or diabetes, etc., can be managed? That's what we're going to talk about today. My name is Rajiv Ambat. I'm the CEO and the Chief Health Officer at Nuvo Vivo Center for Obesity, Lifestyle Disorders, and Research. We are into medical fitness. We reverse the age of people. What I mean by that is that we not only make them look good or lose some body fat, but also helps in managing diseases, lifestyle diseases specifically, such as diabetes, cholesterol, thyroid, PCOD, fatty liver, uric acid, hypertension, etc. Our programs being online, our clients sign up from across the globe. We facilitate the interaction with them and help them achieve these goals. So coming back to the topic, a textbookish answer of what metabolism is that it's basically the sum total of all the processes which happens inside our body, including absorption of the food, digestion of the food, assimilation of nutrients, excretion and everything, and also sum total of all other internal functions such as the heart pumping blood, the lung functioning, kidney, liver, name it, all organs functioning, all of it put together is metabolism. And the energy required to do all these things is the metabolic rate, or in other words, the energy, the basic amount of energy to sustain life is the metabolic energy, or the metabolic basal metabolic rate, BMR. Now there are complex equations and everything to calculate BMR, but these are all equations for the sake of equations. It might vary. Same person with same height and weight and age, two people might have two different metabolisms also. So it's also genetic in parameter, but there are equations to kind of quantify that. All right, so that's what the textbookish answer, right? Now comes the interesting part of explaining what this metabolism is. So I'm going to break this down to a very relatable term. So this person who signed up, she asked that, what do I do now? So I said, of course, you cannot be eating less to kind of lose weight further, because that's not the right thing to do. You need to rather look at improving your metabolic parameters so that you can actually eat more, and for that you need to exercise also along with it. So she had a very curious question about that. She was like, okay, so does it mean that if I eat more, my metabolism will improve? That's not entirely true, but that's not entirely wrong either. At the same time, does it mean that a person has to do a lot of exercises to improve metabolism? Well, that's not fundamentally wrong, but just by in doing a lot of exercises, a person's metabolism is not going to improve. Confused? That's where the analogy is going to come. So let me show you something. I'm sure you would have seen this, the traditional Indian means of cooking food using wood, right? Now let's assume the food that you keep in there is the food that we eat, okay? And oh, by the way, so in Ayurveda, metabolism is known as Agni, okay? Ayurveda term defines metabolism as Agni. So, and all of us has different kind of Agni. So think of a fire which is inside our body, which is metabolism or the Agni. Each one of us have different sort of Agni. One person might have a small Agni, the other person might have a larger Agni or larger fire, right? So let's assume a small fire, which is a candle lit fire, and another one, which is basically a large, big fire, which is, say, for example, a forest fire. Okay. So let's assume we put in one bucket of some waste material into the candle fire. What will happen? The candle might kind of die off, right? But if we do the same thing into the forest fire, what will happen? The entire thing will kind of get burned out, right? So similarly, metabolism is also like that. Once in a while, if you put junk into the body, it kind of will burn out if the metabolism is high, if the Agni is good. But what if you put junk to that forest fire every single day? Even the forest fire will die off, right? The same way, if you eat a lot of junk every single day, irrespective of however great your metabolism is going to get damaged and get impaired, leading to many lifestyle diseases, right? No, so that comes to the question, how do you improve this Agni or metabolism, right? So this is the fire which you are seeing there. So, I mean, this is an example that I mentioned. I am not an Ayurvedic doctor, nor am I qualified in Ayurveda to give this. This is just a relatable concept. Okay. So this is the Agni there. Now, if you need to increase the Agni or increase the fire, the intensity of fire, what would you do? You would keep a lot more wooden stuff into that, right? A lot more wood as fuel into that. But what if you keep like around 10 such wooden log into that and kind of push it and keep it inside that thing? Do you think that will actually catch fire? In fact, the fire will die off, right? So what you need to do, you need to keep 2 or 3 small wooden sticks there. And then what do? You'll also blow air into it, right? You blow air so that it gets enough oxygen so that it gets burnt. Same way, what is this? Blowing air is kind of exercise. Okay, the wood is the wood that we keep inside, or the fuel is the food that we eat, and the air that we blow into that is the exercises that we do, right? What if you keep a big blowing fan and start, blowing a lot of air with a lot of intensity? Even then the fire will die off, right? The same way, if you do a lot of exercises, even then the fire will the metabolism will not get improved. It might actually get damaged. So what needs to be done is that you keep a little bit of wood, you kind of blow air so that the fire becomes bigger, and then you add more wood, and then you add more air to that. Same way, you need to be doing exercises. At the same time, you also need to be supplementing it with the right quantity of food. Not just quantity of food, even the quality of the food is important. What I mean to say is that how much protein, how much fat, how much carbohydrate, all these 3 things together, along with the right kind of exercises, these 2 things coming together, which is air and the wood coming together is what makes Agni, right? And we need to strive towards improving this Agni. So exercises definitely do have an impact, but it is also important to be sensible with exercises. Can everybody do every kind of exercises? Absolutely not. You can't ask a person having piles or fistula, or a person having these kind of diseases to actually go to gym and lift weights, right? It kind of makes it worse. A lady who's just after pregnancy, you can't ask that lady to lift weights, right? Similarly, cardio exercises, which is running, cycling, would you tell a person who is morbidly obese to go run? No. Would you tell a person who's having amavadam or rheumatoid arthritis to actually go cycling? No, right? So exercises needs to be done depending upon the physical conditions of a person, and that together will help in improving the metabolism. And remember, almost all lifestyle disorders, the one that I mentioned earlier, diabetes or thyroid, these are all metabolic syndromes, right? So once you improve the metabolic aspects of a body, these kind of diseases are also sorted, for which it's not just as simple as eating a lot of food or doing a lot of exercises. Both needs to be combined in the right proportion and adjusted accordingly. And once the fire is huge, even if you put crap once in a while, occasional, okay, not like you eat junk every day, once in a while, it still will be all right. And that's what we should all aim to, right? Being sustainable, being enjoying the life. There's no point living every day for a tomorrow and never ever living a today. So you also need to be enjoying those occasional piece of cake or occasional ice creams. And that's what is important, a healthy relationship with food. That is very much possible if you work on the metabolism. Weight loss is just a byproduct of improved metabolism. Okay, let me say that again. Weight loss is a byproduct of improved metabolism. So one should aim at improving metabolism and hence losing body fat. Some people get it wrong. Majority of the people get it wrong. They actually look at doing weight loss. In the process, they'll impair metabolism. Why? Because they would have either done a lot of exercise or they have not eaten enough food, end up kind of damaging the metabolism altogether. So I hope this analogy of what metabolism is was interesting and something that actually made you think towards the right direction. If there are any questions, please do comment here. More than happy to answer them. My name is Rajiv Bhatt. I'm the CEO and the Chief Health Officer at Nuvo Vivo Center for Obesity, Lifestyle Disorders and Research. We reverse the age of people. All right, so that's it today. Stay healthy, stay fit, stay young, and more importantly, stay safe. Take care. Bye.